Now before we make up our connections, our water connections, and I guess we could do that whenever, you got to look up there and make sure you put cold to cold and hot to hot up there. Remember how I was saying how to tighten that down? And see, this was your pipe that goes for your pull-out spout, okay? We don't want to, I don't want to put that up in there just yet. I want to tighten these other fittings up here first so I got enough room. Then I can snap that up in there. And what I want to do is I want to route that up properly so it's not hitting anything, because you remember that's what that weight was for. This big huge weight I'm going to end up putting somewhere on the line. I'm going to loosen up the 2 screws, and this is a split ring. I'm going to clamp half and half, put the screws back on, tighten that up, and then as you pull the spout out from up above, my weight is going to be on here, and then as you push it back down, this weight, all it does is help you push that back down. I mean, do you really need this? Probably not, but if it comes with yours, go ahead and put it on. Okay, so next thing, I'm going to connect up the cold water line up here, and I'm glad, see, that's why I put the Teflon tape on already from before, so I don't have to do it now, because it would be kind of tricky to do a little bit, but I've done that before. It's kind of tricky, but you can do it. Okay, so before I do that, I've got to spread these out just a little bit, and they're the copper pipe, so you got to be careful. You don't want to push these out too far, you know, with your hands, because if you do too much, you're not thinking about it, you could kink the copper tubing that's way up high, okay, way up high into the sink neck, and then you could void your warranty if you crimp that and get a leak or whatever. Okay, so you look at that, I know I can see which one's the hot. This first one here happens to be the hot, the cold is in the back. Well, that's going to be tricky in itself, just getting the wrench up there, making sure I'm holding the back side of that as I'm tightening that up, but you can do it. Just be careful, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey on the nut. See, this is our cold water line, and for it to go up in there, I'm going to righty-tighty on these threads here, not the copper tubing up here with the brass threads on there. All you're going to do with that is you're going to hold that above that with your pliers. Remember that little notch up there? Don't put your pliers on the copper tubing, okay? Because that's not going to hold, right? Then after you hold that, then you're going to tighten this, and this is all you're going to turn with your wrench. Got it? Okay, so far so good. Got the hot water connected, the cold water all tight. And then see that other fitting that comes down right here. You have to pull that cap off. You might have to take a pair of pliers and take it. I loosened it up with a pair of pliers. And see, that little cap comes off to protect this sleeve. Okay. So then we're gonna position this up there, and see there's a push button thing there. Well, it comes up and down. All you're gonna do is take that up there. I really gotta show you this, huh? Okay. Right there, and push it up there. See that? And when you think you have it, you want to pull down on it. I want to pull down on this to make sure it's on there tight, okay? And it is. That's all you've got to do with that. before you do that, obviously, you want to make sure this pipe is positioned so that when we put the weight on, we're going to take that weight now. I've got to undo that. And then see, this is the piece coming down from the sink. We want to make sure it's not hitting anything. And see how it is? We're good. We're good. And it tells you to put it at the lowest point. So we're going to put it right in there. We're going to attach that. Okay? That's your next step.